Hello and welcome to Hey, We Like Your Pod, and we're going to tell you why. You guys, I did something in my head. I almost just did Tom Grassi's intro just for the heck of it. You don't have to be a Packers fan, but it sure is not. Anyway, I don't know why that went in my. One of these days, I'm going to do that. Hopefully, Matt's not listening. Hi, Big B and Joey. I am still on my own, going solo because Matt Pickett is on vacation, but he is here in absentia. I believe he might even be in the comments. So, how are you two doing? How was your week, Joey?
It's been going great so far. My summer has been, besides working, pretty not eventful, but we are about to get to the exciting part. Me and Big B will be there for the first practices of training camp. So it's getting exciting.
It is. I'm so excited for you. I'm excited for me because I'll be watching what you all do.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so great. I know. I can't even think about it without just getting, I have to do something else because I get like,
yeah,
kind of nutty. How was your week, Big B? What's new with you?
Man, yeah, my week's been pretty good. Not much else has been really happening since we talked a few weeks ago.
Did you have any tornadoes or weird stuff in your neighborhood?
No.
I heard there were a lot of bad storms. Like Chicago got a tornado yesterday. I know you're pretty far north from that, but
yeah.
Good. What about you? What about you, Joey? Any bad weather?
Yesterday we caught kind of the tail end of that system that was in Chicago, so a little bit of thunder down in St. Louis, but other than that, nothing bad.
I think I don't really pay a lot of attention to the weather except if there's like a big headline.
Yeah.
And then if it's anywhere near where my mother lives, which is near Chicago, I look at it and then it's like, and then they were like, oh, there's storms all over. And it's just like, sometimes I think it's just headlines, but sometimes it's real stuff, real serious stuff too. So for those of you who do not know tonight's episode, we are, of course, recording live on YouTube, and our podcast, as always, drops on Saturday morning. But we have a little annual event here that we're doing. This is year 2 with Big B and Joey and Matt as well. He put his notes for me here in the show notes, and it's our annual top 10 podcast power rankings, and that is for people who are content creators for Packers Twitter, basically for Packers folks or Packers fans. So last year we and I have a whole bunch of recommendations from those who have been putting them on Twitter, and so I'm going to read those and we're going to weigh those in. We're going to factor those in. But what we did last year, if I remember correctly, just to get us warmed up, is we each went through our top 3 podcasts, top 3 to 5 podcasts, top 3 to 5 Twitter accounts to follow, and our top 3 to 5 YouTubes, I think, just to kind of whet the appetite. What do you think? How do you think? Should we start with that? Or would you guys maybe like to hear what the folks are saying are the top podcasters? And I say podcasters, I shouldn't say that. Content creators.
Yeah. Let's start with the audience. Let's hear what they have to say.
Hear what they have to say. Okay. And then also we're gonna do a little bit different format. Not a different format, but we have some rules this year. So we're actually, even though we love our Packers reporters like Matt Schneidman and all of those great folks, but anyone who's doing content creation or reporting for a living, we're just not going to include those. So we're really just including the entrepreneurial ones, those who like Dusty, who are writing for zero to nothing. And those like Tom Grassi, who started from nothing and has his own channel now. So if you're an employee of somebody, That doesn't mean we don't appreciate you. We're just saying we're not going to rank you in this one. We could always do another ranking for reporters and that kind of thing.
That would be a heated debate for sure.
It really would. That would be so fun. We have such great ones. Okay, so let's see if I can find some of these. I have been tweeting more than usual, so I have to search. How come I'm not finding them? Okay. Let me go to the Hey Willip account. That's where they are. All right. So, well, by the way, a day ago, this isn't directly related, but a day ago, Matt Pickett, friend of the show, host of the show, co-host, my co-host, shouted out Packers Access at Pack Daddy and Green Bay Beard 47 for all the kind words. And that was very nice because we had our 100th episode anniversary last week. So that was pretty cool too. So lots been going on here at Hey, We Like Your Pod. So, okay, here we go. Found it. So here's what the post said. It said, hey, this week, Joey, Big B, and I will compiling our top 10 content creator annual power rankings. Weigh in with your votes here or on YouTube and join the discussion. So from David Davis, we have Pack Daddy, Andy Herman, Peter Bukowski, JJ Leahy, Packers Access, Dusty Evely, Cheesehead TV, Bill Hoover, and it's Rachel, Elz.
Sounds familiar.
Emily Mack.
Okay.
And Ahmad Diesel. Okay. So top 10 is tough. Davies, that is true. Dusty says, thank you on that. Okay, let's see what else we've got. Then we have lost the rest of them. Where did they go? What? Okay, going back. Oh. Okay, well, I know we had more than that. We had like tons of retweets. Okay, here we go. So Pack Daddy retweeted, and let's see who Pack Daddy recommended. He said, this is really hard to do without reading posts. I should have done this. I'm like, oh, yeah. Okay. Pack Daddy said, oh, nope. Pack. Okay, you guys, I'm going to do this separately. Here it goes. Because I'm blowing it. I guess I'm only finding 2, and I know there are like 6. Okay, so let's start with those. And then as you guys do yours, I'm going to keep searching for the other ones because they were right there in front of my nose. I didn't think it'd be that hard to click on them, but somehow I lost them. Okay, so let's just get warmed up.
Okay.
And let's talk about, let's start with our top 5. I'm scrolling, sorry. And by the way, we're going to have a lot of honorable mentions tonight, by the way. Okay. So our top 3 to 5 YouTubers. You can do 3, you can do 4, you can whatever you want. So let's start with that one. And it can be Packers or NFL if you want. So Big B, you want to start us out?
Oh, I get to go first. Sure. Man, okay, this is not in any order, but first I put down was Cheesehead TV, of course. Aaron Nagler goes live every day during the week. Great content. You know, Aaron Nagler's very smart, way smarter than me and Joey here. But you know, we love Aaron. I love his content. I try to watch as much as possible. I've been slacking recently, but Aaron is definitely up there in the top of my YouTube recommendations. Another is Packaday, aka Andy Herman. Another person who posts every single day about legit anything he can think of, and he is probably the smartest person when it comes to the Packers that I've ever encountered, ran into on the internet and in person. He's one of a kind. He's just and a one-of-a-kind human as well. He's just great.
Yeah.
Speaking of one-of-a-kind human, Tom frickin' Grossi, that guy, oh my God, he's destroying everybody. Great content, great NFL content, just absolutely hilarious as well.
Oh, yes.
And those are my 3 main guys for YouTube.
That's legit. That's some heavy hitter. In fact, Aaron Nagler and Tom Grossi, and then probably Andy Herman. They were the 3 that really got me educated and really convinced I needed to be a Packer fan. Finally, in my late age. What about you, Joey? What do you think?
I share the same 3 answers as Big B. And nothing too much to add on besides Tom Grouse, who I'm sure will make a lot of our list tonight, who just has really transcended from the Packers fan base and is now, and I know he's always had a following outside in the general NFL fan base, but he's just exploded over the past 2 months with his 30 and 30 tour and everything that he's been doing with his live shows too.
That's so fantastic. And hey, Pappy is here in the audience. Hi, Pappy. How you doing? I did find a couple more from the Twitter accounts. We've got James Siebers, who is recommending, and he says, too many to name. I'll forget somebody and regret it. And we feel the same way, so we're going to just make that disclosure up ahead. He says Andy Herman, John Meerdink, Peter Rukowski, Jersey Al, Paul Brettel, Brennan Rupp, Maggie Loney, Perry Goldstein, Tyler Herrick, Wendell. Oh, I know who this is. Hold on, I gotta click it. Wendell Ferreira, and I just lost it. Okay, and Matt Schneidman, Bill Huber. Am I saying that right with the H?
I think it's Huber.
Huber. Okay, it's like Uber.
Yeah.
I think Uber. Anyway, sorry, Bill. Jason Wilde, Mark Eckel, and Jacob Westendorf. And then Lovin Dobbs came in with Brian Maffey, Brendan Rupp, the other Robin 19, Paul Brettel. It's a Cheryl. Wait a minute. Let me make sure I got that one right. Zach Jacobson, Perry Goldstein, Jason Perrone, Mark Eckel, Jacob Westendorf, Dusty Evely, Andy Herman, and he says there are too many to count, truly. Mm-hmm. And then Amma Diesel says heroin, which is Erin Ellis. She was our runner-up last year, our honorable mention, if I remember correctly. Ferd Turgeson, Kawano Mike, Sam Holman, Sam Witch, Big B, Matt Tubb, Matt Ramage. Am I saying Ramage right or Ramage?
Ramage.
Okay. Yep. Sorry. Brennan Rupp, Paul Brettel, Mark Old Acres.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Wendell Ferreira. I think he has 2 different handles. And Maggie Loney, Jason Perrone, Steve Perhatch, Steg and Cheese. Do we know who Steg and Cheese is?
I've heard of them.
Mm-hmm.
That's Dave Steger.
Okay.
And Dusty Evely, Perry Goldstein. We're already getting some repeats here on some of these. And then Michael Allen, I've just started following fairly in the last couple of months. Brennan Rupp weighed in. Also saying too many to name. He says Zach Cruz, Paul Brettel, Andy Herman. I'm going to have to take all these people on this.
Yeah.
I will too. Andy Herman, Packer Scribe, which is Brandon Carwile. Packer Scribe, kind of a cool name. And Jacob Morley, Jacob Westendorf, Maggie Loney, Perry Goldstein, Dusty Evely. It's Zachary, Zach. Jake NFL Draft. Let me think. Jake Shivai.
Yeah. Something along those lines.
Sorry, Jake. Okay. Sam Holman, Aaron Ellis, Sam Witch, Ferd Turgeson, DK all the way, Amar 3455. That's Kyle Fellows, and Packer Pundit, which of course is also Kyle Fellows. So wait a minute. I'm a Diesel. Sorry, I clicked that one twice. So I'm a Diesel and Kyle, we love Kyle. Let's see. Greg Holman weighed in. He said he's praying that he makes the top 10. And so that's quite a few names. And I'm sure a lot of those names will come up in our discussion. Okay. So you're echoing Big B on the top 3 for YouTubers?
Yes.
Okay. And I will share what I wrote down. And I believe it was, let me just double check. I threw in a non-Packer, but an NFL account that I love. And again, this is no special order either. So Flemlo Raps. I adore his channel. I adore his mind, his heart, and the way he writes and speaks. It's just with so much compassion. And so I put Flemlo in there with Grassi, Packaday, and Andy Herman. Packaday, Andy Herman. So no shade to Aaron Nigler, of course.
Yeah.
He's like the reason I'm here. So, did you hear that?
I did. Is that a cat?
No.
Are you freaking in? What's happening?
It almost sounds
Jesus.
it might have been my freezer. But it was kind of like sounded like somebody knocking on the door, didn't it?
Yeah, I guess you got to be careful who you snub on this list, Lynn.
They're coming.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Continuing our warm up. Let's see. Top 3 Twitter follows. Big B. What do you have?
Oh boy, I'm gonna probably upset some people here because I know I could have put at least like 40 people here, but my main ones that I cannot live without, and that when the limitations went a couple weeks ago on Twitter, I went and put on all these people's post notifications so I didn't miss anything in case they retweeted something. So I'm going with Tyler Herrick, Zach Jacobson, Monty Moore, and AJ Dillon. Throwing AJ Dillon in there because, it's AJ Dillon. How can you not love his content? That's
the best.
Legit on everything. AJ Dillon is just crushing it. And hell, I could even throw in Kurt Benkert if I wanted to. But those guys are amazing Twitter follows. I just can't get enough of their content. And there's some of the best follows on Twitter, in my opinion.
Oh, that's fantastic. Did you see Kurt Benkert? I think it was Kurt who posted a picture that his wife sent from the grocery store of his little girl in the
Yeah.
It was so random. Yeah, I love following him too. He's great. Okay, Joey, what do you think?
To add on to what Big B said, all of those people he mentioned are great, but also Aaron Alice is phenomenal on Twitter too. And then for a player, I'm going to say Rasul Douglas, who will always fill my Twitter feed with some random thoughts. Or one of his favorite things is good-looking architecture, interior design. He is a big fan of that, so I appreciate Rasul adding that to my feed as well.
Awesome. I like that. Rasul is also a great follow. And Brian Maffey comes in with the correct pronunciation. I knew somebody would. Matt would be so ashamed. He really tries so hard to get names right. And I'm just... Shavink. Is it Shavink or Shavink? Is it accent on the front? Is that Matt's hair? What are you talking about, Matt's hair, Pappy? Pappy is in love with Matt's hair. His curly hair. Okay, I wrote down Aaron Alice, and then I forgot to finish writing. So, and it's true, there are so many. I like following Wendy Hansen. She's a huge Packer fan, Brewer fan, and she lives in Colorado, and she's a runner, and she takes great photos of the mountains. So I enjoy that. Shabusiness and Pappy Schmears. I'm sorry, Pappy Schmears is a friend of the show and brings the humor all the time. Shabusiness is a very strange name. And do you guys know who that is?
No.
Okay. It's not funny. I can't stop laughing now because when you try not to laugh. She murdered her boyfriend in Green Bay. And
Oh my
he's
God.
from Green Bay. Yeah. And then she like dismembered him and stuff. And so I believe she's
Christ.
recently had a trial. But it's a weird name. I don't know why she posted that.
What?
Wow. Okay.
Yes.
All right.
I'll share I'll share some info. I'm surprised you didn't hear about it because it happened in Green Bay
How long ago?
fairly recently.
Oh,
Don't lose your head over this. Pappy says, Pappy, was the show business trial concluded or is it just in pre-trial right now? I can't remember. I watched so many trials. Lost track. But yeah, so I would just say Aaron Alice is a must Twitter. Of course, I always follow my Matt Pickett, my partner. He's always given just the great dad humor as well as great recommendations for what he's reading for the week and stuff. So, okay, so how about last warm up until we start getting serious here? Is best. We did YouTube, we did Twitter. Best podcasts. What's your top 3 to 5 favorite podcasts? Straight up podcasts.
Well, I don't. Okay, I want to be honest. I don't listen to very many podcasts.
Oh, okay.
But I'm not including like stuff on YouTube. Technically, I guess.
Right.
But main like podcasts I normally listen to are Packers Unscripted with Wes and Mike on Packers.com, Packers Transplants, of course, with Aaron and Corey. And then another one that I've been getting into recently is called The Inside Wisconsin Show, hosted by John Anderson and Trevor Thomas. They have a bunch of like different guests from Wisconsin sports teams like Marquette, was the Badgers, Brewers, Bucks, Pat. They have a bunch of just different kind of guests for any type of Wisconsin sports fan, and I really enjoy watching their podcast.
I think, and they're on YouTube, right? I think I mentioned them on this show once. If it's the same one,
I think so. I think they're on YouTube.
Yeah, it's fairly new, like within the last year, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that I watch that one too occasionally. Good ones, Big B. Joey. Sorry.
Yeah, I'm gonna take the chance here to shout out. They don't really need my recognition here, but shout out to my favorite NFL podcasts here. First off, the Reener NFL Show, which has a host of different hosts, including Nora Princiati, Stephen Ruiz, both excellent hosts. Nora is incredibly fun. She hosts that, and then she also hosts another podcast for the Reener called Every Single Album, where they basically just review every album from a variety of different artists, mainly Taylor Swift, but also Harry Styles, all of the One Direction boys, Adele, a few others. So Nora is great on both of those podcasts. And then also a new one that I'm sure everybody has heard plenty about, the Play Callers from The Athletic, done by Jordan Rodriguez, interviewing the Kyle Shanahan coaching tree and all of its branches, which has been a phenomenal listen. And just athletic football podcast feed in general is also great. Yeah,
super great. Speaking of Taylor Swift, you both went to her concert last week, right? Last week.
I didn't.
Big B, unfortunately not. No, but I did. I was lucky enough. I called off school the day that tickets went on sale, and it was 8-10 hour journey to get those.
Wow.
But yeah, it was all worth it in the end.
Oh, good. Good. I heard you singing. I saw some of your.
Yeah, the ones that made the Twitter and Instagram posts were the least embarrassing ones out of my camera roll.
Oh, I thought you were there too, or at one too, Big B.
No, I never was.
You were sharing.
One. I'm just hoping and praying she adds a second leg to their United States tour after she's done with the European tour, which I highly doubt will not happen. But I will be at one of them shows if it does happen.
Let's make it happen.
Yeah, Taylor at Lambeau 2030.
Yes.
Founders. Oh, wouldn't that be fun? Taylor Swift at Lambeau Field. Wow, that would be a lot.
Yes.
To take in. Wow. Okay, so for me, I just love our Wednesday Pack-A-Day crew, that podcast. I love your Underage Packers Pod, and I love that it's on YouTube. And one that I have to mention, because I just listened to another episode last night. It's called Tooth and Claw, and I believe it was recommended by Dusty, but it has nothing to do with football. It's put on by a wildlife biologist and two other dudes. I can't remember what their qualifications are, but they talk about animal attacking people usually. And sometimes they're, well, I should say, even when they're tragic, they're extraordinarily funny. And so I'm terrible. I'm a terrible.
You're just such a cynic is what I'm learning, Dawn.
I've never liked this before. No, it's so, because of the way they do it. It's not funny, the stories, but their dialogue is funny.
Yeah.
But I listened last night because I don't know if you've heard about the orcas in southern Spain that are ramming sailboats, ruining multi-million-dollar sailboats on the regular. And they did I was like, what is going on? I want to know, because my friend is obsessed with it and she's always talking about it. And I saw that they had done an episode on it and I listened to it. And to get there's like 3 different main theories, but the wildlife biologist on this podcast, who I tend to agree with in this case, he thinks the second theory is the most likely. He says that orcas will come up with weird, different ways of playing, and it kind of, they start a trend with other orcas. So, and this is where it gets really funny. But like, for example, there was a while back where they were swimming around with a salmon on their head. And then all the orcas were doing it, following each other, and they all had salmons on their head. Just crap like that. Anyway, and it's usually a female orca starting it, creating this new trend. And they're very playful and having fun when they're doing it. And it's also usually juvenile orcas that will follow suit and play along. And evidently the leader of the pack, smashing up the yachts in Spain, is a female orca, and the other ones are all juveniles. So he believes it's just fun and games.
Yeah.
For the orcas, I just think it's funny. Yes, and Brian, Pappy says they're going to need a bigger boat. Brian Maffey says orcas for the win, for sure. I mean, you can't blame them. The only concern about it, from a conservation standpoint, is they're protected, but there are some people out there saying they need to be destroyed. Because of this. So hopefully they'll come up with a new game pretty soon that doesn't involve ruining property. Yeah. Karen Orca, Pappy said. Yes. I called somebody a Karen today. I was so proud of myself. Okay. She really deserved it. Anyway. So let's get rolling. Now, how did we do this last year? I am going to, where's Matt's? Let's lead off with what Matt has to say. Joey, Dawn. Where's Matt?
I see him on the second page here.
Okay, there he is. Oh, no, it's Big B. Sorry. Is he after Big B? Oh, gosh. I hope I'm not looking at last year's. Oh, here it is.
Oh, okay. All right.
Okay. Let's start out with Matt's, okay? And hopefully he'll be joining us in the chat pretty soon. But if not, it's okay. So, Matt says, number 1, Tom Grassi. This is his year. For obvious reasons, he's number 1. Enough said. Number 2, Andy Herman. The constant grind and inexplicably constantly high level of quality. Plus, he quit his job to do this. Number 3, Dusty Evely. Week in and week out, Dusty's curiosity propels him further on his quest to know football better. The fact that he shares it all with us is fortunate for you, me, and everyone who's paying attention. That's for sure. Number 4, Aaron Ellis. No one on Twitter makes me laugh harder, fills my ears with more content, or brings me more joy than Aaron. There's good reason we've jokingly called our show, Hey, We Like Aaron, multiple times in the past. This is true. She's a good friend and an amazing person. Number 5. This is solid so far. Solid, Matt. And number 5, Tyler Herrick. Tyler's meme game continues to ascend, and he has become the undisputed king in this field. His contributions for Cheesehead TV and Pack-A-Day, along with his own Twitter account, are smart, clever, amusing, and extremely well executed. Hear, hear. Number 6, John Meerdink. The podcast I learned the most from is Blue 58. And of course, that's where you can find your host, John Meerdink's dulcet centaurian tones educating us all. I never miss his podcast, and I'm a much smarter Packers fan for it. And I just lost everything. Okay. And then we have number 7 on Matt's list, Maggie Loney and Perry Goldstein. Yes, Maggie and Perry are individuals, but their work together on Packs, which she said has a synergistic force to be reckoned with. That's a good point, because I was struggling with that. Okay, their remarkably sharp football minds together deliver better takes per capita than anywhere else. Plus, they're proving definitely that women's sports fans are just as smart, if not smarter than men's sports fans. On a personal note, this is a great example for my own 2 daughters who are big fans. Oh, I'm going to cry. Matt, that's great. I do love their show, really. Number 8 from Matt, Sam Holman. No one around knows defense better than Sam, but it's not just that. He is also amazingly adept at explaining it in ways that are completely understandable. Until I started reading his work, defensive scheme was a total mystery to me. Now I know more about it than I ever thought I could. Of course, I have a lot more to learn, and that's why I look forward to reading Sam's stuff, tongue twister, Sam's stuff, and catching his podcasts. Number 9, I think Matt and I have a lot of overlap. Number 9, Ryan Schlip. Ryan's commitment to the grind is very impressive. He puts out 1 or 2 new podcasts almost every single day. Of course, quantity isn't the only thing. His work is of a very high quality, especially his famously convincing and well-reasoned rants. Got to give him that. Plus, he has assembled a solid group of podcasters to form his PackerNet podcast network. Special side shout out to Clayton Bailey, whose work is consistently excellent, informative, and is exceptionally positive. Clayton is on the same wavelength as us, and I'm here for it. And number 10 from Matt, Colonel Todd Arnie Varney, Jimmy Christensen, and Dan Kotnick. Not only do they each do amazing work on their own, they also work together like Voltron robots to run Game On Wisconsin. Plus, in season, watching and participating with Lombardi's Bar is an important ritual for me. These guys are smart, funny, caring, and I dare say role models. Oh, he has honorable mention. Okay, his honorable mention are in alphabetical order by first name. So I love it. Big B. Hey, Big B. Dyer Carragher. I say his name wrong. Carragher. Dyer. We know who he is. Carragher.
Yeah.
Sorry, it's Irish. I'm so bad. Jacob West. I should have looked at this ahead of time. I would have been better. Jacob Westendorf. Jason Perrone. Joey Van Zummeren. Did I say that right?
You did, surprisingly. Not a lot of people get that right.
I don't even think I say it right. I'm going in for 7 years now or something?
Yeah.
I'm trying. Matt Tubb, Monty Moore, Paul Noonan, Sam Witch, and Zach Jacobson. Wow, Matt, that's a solid top 10. Okay, so I am going to jot those down on a piece of paper while we start with you guys. So, because I think we'll have some overlaps, don't you?
Mm-hmm.
Probably.
Yep.
Okay, so I'm going to make a column for Matt, and then Big B, you want to go next with your official top 10 and any honorable mentions?
Okay. I forgot to do honorable mentions, so
You can think of some.
just throwing that out there.
Okay.
For number one, I have Tom Grassi taking the number one spot this year ahead of Andy Herman, who is at number two. I mean, like Joey said, everything Tom has done this year with the 30 for 30, I should say the last 2 months even for the 30 for 30, raising, was it $500,000 for St. Jude? Just incredible work that he's been doing. He definitely deserves the number one spot this year. Then, like I said, Andy Herman at number two. He works his ass off, okay? I don't know if I'm supposed to swear here, but he works his ass off every single day. And he's growing such a great brand with Pack-A-Day. It's just incredible stuff that he's been doing. Number three, maybe a little friendship biased here, but we're going with Tyler Herrick. I mean, he's one of my favorite people in this world. I love Tyler so much. And, I mean, following him on Twitter is... let me just say, it's a ride sometimes. It's very interesting at some points. But, that's what makes Tyler, like, one of the best in the business. Then we're going to go with Aaron Nagler, another maybe a little friendship biased as well, with Aaron slotting in there. I mean, I don't know what else to say, but it's Aaron freaking Nagler.
Yeah.
Okay. Does Wes count? Or...
Well, Wes counts. He can be in your honorable mentions, but we're going to leave out the profession, anyone who's being paid, basically. Okay. I mean, obviously Aaron's being paid, but they started their, in Tom. Yeah, if that makes sense.
So I'll put Wes in the honorable mentions then, and then I'll slot in Peter Bukowski because I feel like you can't have a list without Peter on it. Not everybody, likes Mr. Peter, but he's smart. He's a great guy, and I love following him on Twitter. And I try to watch Locked On Packers as much as I can remember.
Yeah.
Then Matt Ramage, we were just on a show the other day with the trivia, to getting that big victory.
Yes,
throwing that out there, Joey, just winning Packers trivia again over, Anyways, Matt Ramage, he's hilarious. I mean, the videos he puts together, just the randomest videos you can ever think of, but they're so funny and so good at talking crap to Bears and Vikings fan. He's a great follow on legit everything he does. And then I'm gonna go with same with Matt as he did. I'm gonna go with Perry and Maggie. I mean, you just can't split them up. They're like a piece of the pot. Like you can't separate them at all. They come together in this. So I'm gonna put Perry and Maggie there, and then I'm gonna go with Dusty Evely. He does great work as well on everything that he does. Jacob Morley, he's pretty much like my draft guy for Packers draft. He's so smart. He knows so much more than I could ever hope about upcoming like prospects and what players can fit with the Packers and stuff. He's definitely a great follow, especially around draft time. And then I'm going to end it off with Zach Cruz. He writes great articles for, I think, the Packer Wire, I think he does, or something like that. But he writes great articles and also another great Twitter follow.
Woohoo! Solid. Okay, do me a favor because I just put all of the names in the wrong column. So just do that one more time. No, I'm just kidding. If you could just go 1 to 10 again, just so I make sure I have it right. Tom,
Andy Herman, Tyler Herrick, Aaron Nagler, Peter Bukowski, Matt Ramage, Perry and Maggie, Dusty.
Oh, wait, go a little slower. Peter, and then Matt.
Peter the Matt, then Perry and Maggie.
Okay.
Dusty, Jacob Morley, and Zach Cruz.
Okay, thank you for doing that. I totally put it in the wrong. What is wrong with me today? God. Okay. All right. Joey, what do you got?
All right, let me scroll back down to my list here. Okay.
We're a little more prepared this year than we were last year. But this is still good. We still have to we're gonna have to ring this all out.
Yeah, so
yeah.
I think so. My top 6 really have all been shared before. So got Andy Herman at 1, Aaron Nagler, and at 2, Dusty V at 3. All 3 of those guys I see in the same top tier.
So
Tom Cross.
Andy, Dusty.
Yep, and then Nagler.
And then Nag. Okay.
And then Tom Grossi.
Okay.
Matt Ramage, like Big B mentioned. Man, I wish you guys could see Matt Ramage pre-show because that is a whole different animal.
I would pay to see that, to be honest.
Yeah. And then Tyler Herrick at 6. Jacob Wessendorf at 7, who just started writing some articles for Sports Illustrated and has been doing a great job at that. At number 8, Wendell Faria. I don't know where he's from, but I know he's not from the U.S., and he is a very smart mind.
I think it's an Italian name, but I don't know that if that's where he lives.
Yeah. And then I bunched Perry and Maggie together at 9. And then I also had Peter Bukowski on this list. If nothing else, for the drama and entertainment, he had some Packers.
Now, I'm not sure if he's a paid journalist, though. That's why.
Yeah.
Because Locked On Packers pays him, right?
They do.
We might have to put him in the honorables.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I like Peter a lot. I do like the drama, too. It's kind of fun. Okay, so you've got Andy, Dusty, Aaron, Tom, Matt Ramage, and then I missed something before Wendell.
Let me see who that was. Jacob Westendorf.
Oh, and you did write it down. I guess I could look at that. Jacob, and then Wendell, and then Perry, Maggie, and then Peter. Do you want to put do you have another one that might make your list if Peter's not on it?
Sure. I'll throw in Jacob Morley in there too.
Awesome. It's a solid. All right, let's see what I have. If I even finished my top 10, I think I did. Oh, and by the way, hi, Iowa Joe. Nice to see you. Jacob is writing Packers Central. I guess we both got in trouble for saying Sports Illustrated.
Okay, good to know.
Oh, Wendell is from Brazil. See, I love our audience. Thank you. Okay. And Sports Illustrated owns Packers Central. Okay. So, but he's a freelancer. He's not like a full-time employee.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. So he's probably not getting paid a whole lot. Let's just say, unfortunately, not getting paid as much as he should be. Nobody is, but okay. So I have Tom Grossi and Johnny. I had to mention Johnny, especially because of the last month with 30 and 30. Mm-hmm. So Tom Grossi and Johnny Barks. Dusty for putting in all the work. Man, that guy, amazing. Tyler for his creative and fun input. And really, he does a lot of work. That's I'm a creative, and I know that stuff just doesn't happen in 3 seconds. It takes a minute to do a lot of the stuff that he does. And then I have Andy and crew, but Matt told me I couldn't do that. So I worked on that. It's not that Matt said that. We talked about it, and it's kind of like that's a lot of people.
Yeah.
So we'll go Andy Herman. I've got John Meerdink from Blue 58. I've got for number 6, I have Paul Brettel. For number 7, I have Ryan Schlip, who's our Pack Daddy. Also mentioning Packernet, Packers Total Access Live on YouTube, which I believe Clayton is kind of at the helm for that one, organizes that one. I'm probably going to put Basarowski Productions in the honorable mentions. Deep respect for him, stick-to-itness. I just noticed on his About section on his YouTube channel that Alex started his channel as a junior in high school in 2013.
Wow.
That's a long time. Yeah. I have Erin Alice for her sheer brilliance and Sam Holman. So I'm probably going to have to do the Wednesday Pack-A-Day crew also, because I'm going to have to take out Ant Crew from Andy and crew. if that makes any sense. And then, so I'm going to put them up at 8, and Bazaraski Productions, only because I don't have time to watch his stuff enough. I've only a few times tried to check in. I follow him on YouTube and all that, but there's just so much to listen to. So he's going to go in my honorable mentions. So let me write mine down. Any thoughts while I'm writing these things down, guys?
I mean, one thing, Dad, I know we said the same thing last year, just how lucky we are as Packers fans to have this many great content creators. I mean, you can really choose the exact creator to your style. Like Peter Bukowski isn't for everyone, but you're not stuck with him. You have many different options for Packers content here.
Yeah, that's a good point. An embarrassment of riches, I think Matt likes to say. It's true. We just have so many, which is why we here, Matt and I, have Hey, We Like Your Pod, because we try to sift through, and I do try to branch out and we get our favorites. It's really easy just to be comfortable and listen to the same people. But I always try to make it a point to at least a couple of times a month. I used to do it every week, to listen to somebody I haven't heard before or that I barely ever listened to. And ones even, and I don't know why there are certain ones that there's like a war going on with certain people. It's like, I don't know why they don't like them, but okay, but I still listen and, check it out, because we have so much. And from my understanding, there's a lot of content creators in general in NFL, in all teams, but not like this, and not as knowledgeable. Like the knowledge base that we have with our non-professional reporters and and our non-Wes and Mikes, like Maggie and Perry and Dusty alone. I mean, and Sam Holman, like their knowledge just blows me away.
Yeah,
crazy.
We last year when we were in Green Bay for the Rams game, we sat down at Stadium View with Sam Holman to watch NFL Sunday, and just the conversations we had with him of just kind of like how he watches the game, and also like he brought up something about watching Jason Rebrovich film and how his units have performed. And if some people might not even know him, he's the outside linebackers coach or linebackers coach in general. And Sam watched he used to be with the Jaguars. So Sam watched like defensive snaps from the Jaguars to get familiar with Jason Rebrovich. So he, specifically Sam, is completely dedicated. And he was doing all of this as a college student too.
Yeah, that's crazy. Sam Holman just graduated college too, and so he was doing all this while trying to finish up his college degree.
Yeah.
So cool. Okay, any final thoughts, any final pitches before we get into the hard work of getting this? I've got my list. I don't know why I didn't do it on a worksheet. It's going to be harder this way. Okay, so we have 3 out of 4 votes for Tom Grossi at number 1.
Okay.
So can we just put Tom Grossi at number 1? Okay. The meat grinding. Wait, what do they say? The sausage making. Okay. So then that leaves Andy at number 1 for Joey. He's number 2 for Big B, for Matt, and he's number 4 for me. Not, I hate to say it that way, but just for reasons. I adore him. So we've got number 2, number 1. I think that makes him a legit number 2, don't you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Easily.
Okay. That was easy. Number 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay. 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 So now, okay, I think it's going to be a Dusty. So we've got Dusty in 3rd for Matt, in 2nd for Joey, and in 2nd for Dawn. So Andy's already taken 2, so Dusty goes 3. That's pretty great for somebody who's just doing this for the love of the game. Isn't that crazy? That is huge. I mean, all three of those top three are.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's Dusty. Now, we've got Nagler and Tyler. How are we going to figure this one out? Okay, so we've got Tyler is number 3 for Big B. He's number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for Maddie. He is not on your list, Joey. What's wrong with you?
Joey.
I didn't include him. Dang.
Wow. All right. Jeez.
Wait.
That's funny.
How dare you? How dare
I
you?
think on the document I have him on number 6.
Okay, thank you.
So,
I knew you had him there somewhere. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Was he before or after Jacob?
he was right before.
Okay. Tyler. Okay. So he's number 6.
Yep.
Okay. And then he's 3 on mine. So Tyler has, okay, so 3, 6, 5, and 3. I'm going to do some math. 3, 6, 5, 3 versus Nagler, who is 4. We're going to average these out. 4.
Honestly, I would put Nagler ahead of Tyler, but that's
just for the fact that he's his boss.
Yes, pretty much.
Well, I actually would do the opposite, but that's okay. I don't think Nagler is. I don't think Matt listens to Nagler per se, so I don't think he's on Matt's list. He is he's not on my list either. Sorry, he's on my list, but he's not on my list. Okay, so we've got. So I'm sorry, Tyler's got way more numbers. Is he going to get fired? No, he's not. Yeah, so Tyler's on all of our lists, but Nagler isn't. And it might just be because he's so big, Corey and yeah, that I overlooked it. My bad. He's going to have to be honored. Okay, so we're going to put Aaron under my honorable mentions. Excuse me. He's like the king of Packers content.
Literally.
And Corey. It's so easy just to do that though.
Yeah.
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 Yes, I am painstakingly, according to Pappy, grinding sausages. Trying to work this out. Okay, so let's go with Tyler. Even if it's an oversight, it is what it is. Okay. So Big B, you have Nagler at 4.
Correct.
But we're gonna have okay. So he gets 7 points. Oh, Matt has a point system, but okay, hold on. That's gonna be hard. I have a point system too. I think this will work. Tyler. Everybody had Tyler on their list. Oh, that's yours. Okay, Tyler. Oh no, did you not have Tyler on your list? Oh yeah, you put him in. Okay, I'm gonna cross him out now. Okay. So the next one is from Big B is Nagler at 4. Matt and Dawn overlooked Nagler, and 3 for Joey. So 4 plus 3. So he's got 7 points. So we're going to just have to put him as a placeholder right now to see where he ends up. Oh, okay. So just you guys, when I finish this, remind me the larger points go on the bottom and the smaller points go on the top. Okay. All right. Then we've got Peter Bukowski. Did we decide whether he gets paid or not? Is he an employee?
He is, although I'm not sure. I think we could consider him as kind of working himself up independently.
Okay, so we're considering him not an employee. Yeah. I wasn't sure. Yep. Okay, so Peter. Peter is number 5 on yours, right, Big B?
Correct.
Okay. I just can't read my writing. What is number 7 on yours, Big B?
1, 2, Perry and Maggie.
Oh, Perry looks like Peter. Got it. Okay, I was writing fast because you were talking really fast. I was talking too fast. Okay, so Peter is not on Matt's list. Peter, well, we crossed him off of your list, Joey. We crossed him off Joey's list, and we put.
Yeah, he was 10 for me though.
Okay, sorry. Let's put him at 10. So 10 and 5. Nagler. Okay. So he's going to be down a little bit further, I think. We've got, so that we're going to hold that one. Matt Ramage is your number 6, Big B. He's your number 5, Joey. So that gives him 11. And I don't think he made our lists. Okay, so Matt Ramesh is 11. And then we've got Perry and Maggie, or Maggie and Perry. So we've got their number 7, right? On yours, Big B?
Yes.
And on Matt's, they are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They're 7 on Matt's. Joey, they are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And Dawn, they are. They're not on my list. They should be.
Come on.
But there's so many people.
Yes.
I mean, I've got John Meredith, Paul Brettel, Ryan Schlip, Dusty, Sarah, Steve, although that's kind of a double with Dusty, but it's a whole different show. Kyle, Aaron, Alice, Sam Holman. Nothing wrong with that list. But they're going to get, okay, so they're going to get 7 plus 7 is 14 plus 8, so they got 22 points. So Maggie and Perry is 14, so they'll be up there. No problem. Then, who's your number 8? Your 8 was Dusty, right? Big B?
Yes.
And then what was your 9 and 10 again?
Jacob Morley and Zach Cruz.
Jacob and Zach. Okay. All right. So let's see if we can find more Jacobs. Let's go with Aaron Alice, because I think she was on. She's not on yours, right, Big B?
Honorable mention.
Okay. See, it happens.
Yep.
Okay. So Matt has her at 4. Joey.
I didn't have her on mine.
Okay. And then this must be like some kind of an age thing. And then I have her at 9. So she has 13 points. Aaron. So she will at least not be honorable mention this time, I think. Okay. So Jacob Morley is here. Matt does not have Jacob. Joey has Westendorf. Okay. Oh, but you put him instead of Peter as 10.
Yeah, so.
Okay. So we'll give him a 10. So 10, and so he gets 18. Jacob Morley. And we're getting there. We're almost done. Zach. I think Zach was only mentioned by you, Big B.
Yeah,
Aww.
yeah, I think so.
Aw.
Where's Zach?
Poor Zach. Well, that's a 10, just in case. But he'll probably be in the honorable mention. And there's no shame in that. Zach. Okay. So, John Meerdink is, so now we're going to Matt. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He's 6 on Matt's. Did you guys mention John Meerdink?
No.
No.
Okay. And me, he's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He's 5 on mine, so he's an 11. John Meerdink, 11 points. It's going to be a tight one now because we're getting really close to the end. John, Maggie, Aaron, Sam Holman. Did you guys have Sam?
We did not.
Honorable mention.
Okay, Sam was 10 and 8. So Sam has 18. He might end up being that. Sam, 18. Okay. And I think Ryan Schlip, I had Ryan Schlip. Matt had Ryan Schlip. I did not. Yep, I have Ryan Schlip and Matt has Ryan Schlip. Okay, so let's see where we are. We've got probably that would make Nagler would be number 5 overall. So we've got Nagler right after Tyler because he has 7 points. And then it looks like Matt Romish has 11 points. So he'd be 6. Are we happy with that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Number 7. And then Erin Ellis. Woohoo! She's going to make the list this year. Is 13. So Erin Ellis would be number 7. We're getting close. 8, I believe, is Maggie, and Perry. We could just call them Mary. Megs and Perry. Number 9 is, well, it's Peter Bukowski, but we got to make an executive decision on that. I'm gonna say no. I think he gets paid.
Okay.
Unless you know more than I do.
Well, he does get paid by Locked On, yes.
By Locked On. Okay, so we're gonna put him in the honorables. Okay, so he's gonna go. Sorry, Peter. We love you. Okay, Matt, Maggie and Perry. I cannot read my writing now. John Meardick goes 7, and then Erin Ellis is 8. Sorry, I made a boo-boo. Erin Ellis. Sean. I might have to look these over, but I think I'm doing it right. And then it looks like Jacob Morley is 10. No, 9. Did I do 9? No, he's 9. Jacob Morley is number 9. Now comes 10. Look at this, how I've written all over this.
Wow.
Hard to read. Jacob. I'm trying to find the other person that's Paul, John Meardick, Paul Brettel.
I think Paul deserves 10.
I think everybody does. Well, we've got, Ryan Schlip. Hold on. Ryan got a 9 and a 7. He got 16. I think that puts him above Jacob Morley. So then Jacob is 10 and Ryan is 9.
All right.
Whew. What do you feel about that, Ryan Schlip? I can double check my numbers after the show. Came prepared as always. Okay, so here it goes. We need to clap and all that. Ramash. Number 1 in our 2023-24 season second annual top 10 content creator power rankings. Number 1, Tom Grassi. Number 2, Andy Herman. Number 3, Dusty. Number 4, Tyler Herrick. Number 5, Aaron Nagler. Should we say and Corey or no? Just Aaron?
Corey is a part-time employee, so
Okay.
I don't think he deserves this credit.
As much,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
As much.
He can't show up during the off season, so I don't know.
That's true.
Yeah.
Kind of like a former Packers quarterback, but we're not getting into that.
Oh, that was good.
But he does mix a good drink, so give him that. Honorable mention to Corey for all those great drink recipes. Okay, so number 5, Nagler. Number 6, Ramaj. Number 7, John Meardink. Number 8, Maggie and Perry. It's getting very hard to read. Number 9, Jacob Morley. And number 9, Ryan Schlip. And number 10, Jacob Morley. That's solid.
Yeah.
Anyone listening? Anyone listening? What do you think? What do you think? Okay, I will type it up. I'm going to look at the numbers again. Hopefully I got this right, but I think I got it right. Tom, Andy, Dusty, Tyler, Nagler, Matt, Ramaj, John Meerdick, Maggie and Perry, Ryan Schlip, Jacob Morley. That's solid. I think that's really solid.
Definitely.
I like it. I think that there's what I like about this is you guys are so much younger than me. Matt's younger than me, like by at least 20 years. Probably 20 years, I think. More than 20 years. And then you're like 20 years younger than him. Yeah. A little bit more. So we've got like a nice cross range of favorites. And the funny thing is they aren't all that different.
Yeah.
And so what I think I'll do this year is I'll do the top 10 like I did in a little graphic. And then I'm going to take all the ones that everyone else nominated. And then everybody else that was on our lists. And those will all be honorable mentions. And I'll make a second graphic for those.
Perfect.
Cool.
Woohoo. And everybody gets a gold star. So that's it. Well, hey, so when are you going to practice? When is that? When is your date?
Yeah, so we'll be there for the first 3 days of practice. This first time we stayed at the same hotel before, and we've had like rooms right next to each other, but this will be our first time staying with each other.
Okay.
So if the Underage Packers podcast suddenly ends after our visit, you will know why.
Which I'm fully expecting it to, because things might get a little feisty, especially for the food category. That will get heated.
That's a whole another topic of discussion.
Yeah.
What? Cool. You want to eat all the food and not leave it, or is it that you argue about what?
Big B doesn't want to eat any of the food besides chicken tenders. We'll have to have this discussion whenever. I'm sure we'll do plenty of content from training camp. So that's a good discussion for them.
I was planning to go on a trip with a really good friend of mine, and it's not until next year, but it's something that you have to get tickets for way in advance, and it's only 4 days. It's in Europe, blah, blah. Very complicated. And she's never been to Europe. I've been I just have a different style about how I'm very organized and I get everything done. But I was could tell it's like, I think our styles aren't going to work out real great. But what she told me, she said, I think I want to do this every year. And I'm still recovering from my last surgery, and I have immune problems, and I'm a little like, do I want to go to Europe and be on a plane for that much time? So she said, well, if you can't go, my sister will go with me. And I'm like, I think your sister should go with you. And then, because then she'll go 1 year, and then I can go with her next year. It'll be a lot more. Yeah. She'll get all that nerves out. And so I'm very laid back, and we hang out all the time. Like, we get along great. I don't think there would be a problem, but it's just like, I just feel like for her first trip to Europe, it needs to be perfect and special. And I don't want to hold her back because I'm like, oh, look at that. Let's go over there. Because I'm kind of more free flowing.
Yeah, definitely.
So I almost had a situation like that, but I sent Tyler a message today. Tyler, if you're listening, check your DMs, please. Because I think I'm going to, when I start traveling, I'm going to bring my cat. And so I was kind of reading up about it, and I wanted him to tell me if he had any nightmare stories or tips or whatever. I think I'd rather bring my cat than have the stress of having someone here with her who she's going to hate and she won't eat, so I might as well just bring her with, know? Yeah. So that's my travel input. But so you're staying right in Green Bay, or do you stay out in the outskirts?
It might be in Depew, but it's very close to the practice facility.
No, it's in Ashwaubenon.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, because the tower is legit kind of like right there.
Okay.
Because we're staying by Card and Coin, and the tower, the Ashwaubenon water tower, is right across the street. So,
Okay.
Okay. I loved that photo of you, Big B, with the I Heart Green Bay, where the heart is cheese.
yes.
It cracked me up. I don't think I've ever seen that before.
Yeah, that's like brand new, I think. Like last
Oh, is it?
like
Okay.
last winter, I think. I think they just put that in.
Okay.
So it's very new.
Very good. Very good. Well, I'll see it next time I come. Hopefully.
Yes.
So, okay. Well, any final thoughts? So what day is the first 3 days? What's the date?
It's Wednesday. I know it's July 26th through 29th, and there's 3 practices in between those times.
Isn't it Wednesday, Friday, Saturday?
I think that's right. Yeah.
Okay. So they don't let you watch. They're probably practicing the whole time, but they don't watch. You don't get to watch on Thursday, or do they have Thursday off?
Don't know because they don't.
They're secretive.
Yeah,
I got some player inside sources that I can always.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Well, yeah, you just got to be watchful during training camp because they have the one public practice, but then they'll sometimes have evening, I guess, walkthroughs.
Yeah.
Because last year we were walking to dinner and we ran into half of the offense, which was awesome.
Yeah. I was telling Matt a couple of weeks ago, I don't know what it was, if it was an email or something about some Titletown apartments or condos or whatever for sale. And I was like, kind of looking. I could see but I don't know, California, that'd be a big change. But if I have to do something like maybe when I'm a lot older, like when I can't walk anymore, hopefully that won't happen. But, when I'm just really old, maybe I'll do that. Just live at Titletown and hang around in Green Bay.
That'd be fun.
I die.
Yeah.
I might do that.
That's my goal. So.
What?
That's my goal. That's like my dream. It's just to live in Green Bay and just die there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Spread my ashes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Me and my cat. I think she's gonna outlive me. I hope. She's had a lot of emergencies. I don't know if you heard about the one last week. I'm not going to bring it back up, but back to the ER last week again. But she survives, and I still think she's going to live longer than I. Matt thinks she's going to kill me. That's like the standing joke. So, all right, guys. Well, any final thoughts before we go?
Don't think so.
Congratulations to all of our top 10 and mentions, including those mentioned by those on Twitter. And if I missed any, I will not miss them when I do the final graphic here. I'll go over everything one more time. So, yeah. So with that, make sure you're following all of us. The links for Joey, Big B, myself, and Maddie, and the show and all that are right down here in the description. And we will see you again next week. Matt will be back, and hopefully he'll approve of our top 10 list. Or I'll get fired. No, I'm kidding. All right, everyone. Thanks for joining us. Bye for now.
Football in general comes down to discipline and people owning their roles. And when you aren't disciplined or you go outside the scheme, bad stuff happens.